What a Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Mr. Princess, SoundCloud, SoundClick. It's a sad day. Orlando, Florida, where 50 people were killed. Worst attack of terrorism on American soil, single handedly, and 53 people were injured. This is just horrific. Happened at a gay bar. It's all over the news. And it was done by a guy named Omar Mateen and who worked for a security company named Wackenhut or something like that. Nonetheless, he took an AR assault rifle and a handgun and some explosive. I guess he went to this bar and he started shooting people and he, barricaded himself inside and he, was taking lives. And he used human hostages, and they consider it a terrorist attack. Like I said, this is all on like World Star. It's all over the news. But here's my thing. When I was listening to it, they said that they had their eye on this guy for months. And we have this whole issue with gun control, and people are like, "No, you're not taking my gun from me," and this, that, and the third. And they had their eye on this guy, for the longest. And when the government has their eye on you, it could be for a number of reasons. But they said this was connected to ISIS, like. And this is where the water gets really, really, really gray because if you've seen any of the specials on ISIS, you know that a lot of their equipment is U.S. made. A lot of their equipment came from us. We left a whole bunch of military equipment, bullets, bombs, and all that over there, rifles, handguns. We left vehicles, to keys to vehicles, all that over there. We left all of that over there so ISIS can take it. It's like we created ISIS. And all of a sudden now we're having these attacks. We just had an attack a couple months ago where, we had those two people had, claimed that they were members of ISIS. So anytime that you say you have anything to do with ISIS or you're ISIS sympathizers, then the government obviously starts looking at you, and then of course they don't think, okay, well you're just going to go do something bad, but we are looking at you. So I mean, let's just hear some of this because it's confusing.
There you see the live shot of the White House briefing room. Jeff, I want to ask you about something Senator Bill Nelson said to us just a short time ago, and that is he said from his conversations with some in the intelligence community, they think there is a connection to ISIS. Now, he wouldn't elaborate, but I'm wondering what, if anything, are you hearing about that? Well, we're just within hours, really, of that attack, and already you have members of Congress, you have law enforcement pointing to the fact that this is an event that was either directed or inspired by ISIS. There are members of Congress who are saying that they have been told that there was some sort of pledge of allegiance to ISIS. And that is the kind of thing that oftentimes can precipitate an attack. We saw that during San Bernardino when, as that attack was unfolding, law enforcement officials say Tashfeen Malik and Syed Farouk pledged their allegiance to ISIS and the leader of ISIS. And so what we've seen in past incidents is that type of pledge of allegiance can often be a factor before an attack actually happens. So yeah. All right, so there you have it. He had something to do with ISIS, or he's an ISIS sympathizer. And listen, in every war that we've had sympathizers for the other side. Every time. I mean, you had Cat Stevens, he sympathized with the Taliban. You know what I mean? You had other people who wanted to go over there and be a part of the Taliban. They end up going over there and getting their ass sold into slavery, or getting their ass killed because now you for one you were an enemy to them, and now you're an enemy of us. So you really have nowhere to go when you start claiming things like that. And so this dude is an ISIS member, and I don't know a lot about ISIS except what I see and what I read.
I'm not, deep into it like that. For one, I don't want to go deep into it because, like they said, they start looking at you when you start saying certain things online. That's where they got his information from. That's why the government was looking at him. It was because of the things that he was saying online. So we really have to look at that. Whenever you start mentioning these groups, whether they're terrorist groups or whatever, but whenever you start investigating them and trying to get more information about them, people start investigating you. That's how he got on their radar. Uh, my whole thing is like I look, I no longer work in any type of atmosphere of that sort. I used to be in the military. I shot an AR-15, and during this interview here or preview here, uh, and preview review here, they said that he had an AR-15 and it's known to pierce armor, so on and so forth. This is very true. I've shot one before. I was in the military, but I'm saying all that to say, it. Why would okay? For one, why is it hard to look into these people and actually stop this type of thing before it happens? One, and a lot of people are gonna say, give me backlash for that, but these are questions. This is not me criticizing anyone. This is a question. Like, why is it so hard to stop this? Two, why is there so much backlash against guns and taking away guns? Like, Obama has been against this, and Charlton Heston is like, over my dead hands. It's like, don't you see, 50 people were just slaughtered. Their life is gone. They are no longer on this earth because one man got a gun. I mean, when you look at the school shootings, when you look at Columbine, when you look, it just incenses me that people are so, no, I'm going to keep my gun, and so on and so forth. But they don't understand that it's easy. Like, this guy is in Florida. It's easy to get an AR-15 in Florida. It's not so much, I'm not on the side of everybody get their gun taken away. I'm on the side of make it harder for people to get these guns because we know these people are out there who are loose cannons, just like this guy, just like Dylan Roof. I mean, come on, people. Like, 50 people shot dead and at a gay bar. Why did he go to a gay bar? Why? If this dude was, had anything to do with ISIS, he probably went to a gay bar because of what he believes. He probably believes that being gay is immoral. You know what I'm saying? And before the gays start coming down on me, you need to look into what ISIS believes and where those people come from. I mean, because they really do believe in that. They don't believe in their women running around half naked like we do in America. They don't believe in none of that. There's some young ladies who came from that country over here, got Americanized, went back over there to a beach and had, just on a regular bikini, thought they were going to liberate women. They got their heads cut off. Okay? They got their heads straight, cut off, and left right there on the beach with their half naked bodies. Okay, so these people ain't playing. All right. So there's just so many questions here that's in my mind, and like I said, R.I.P. to those people, man. Like, it's a horrible, tragic thing, regardless of what your sexual preference is. But that guy did not target a gay bar on accident. He did that on purpose, and I'm just gonna be looking for more information because this could happen to anybody. He didn't say, I'm going to go and kill a certain race of people. He just went in and started killing people. This could happen to anybody. This guy could have walked into a grocery store. So I do not own a weapon. So you know what? I am all for making it a lot stricter or stricter for people to register weapons. Like, there should be a better background check. I mean, if you think a guy is interested in ISIS, then why in God's name are we allowing him to register an AR-15? How did he get that weapon? And he had more than one weapon. I don't know. These are just my thoughts. Your boy Tone 202. It's a sad day in America.